Building on her status as a Hollywood icon, Greta Garbo's private life often sparked curiosity and speculation. Despite her fame, she maintained a strong sense of independence, choosing who she associated with and when to keep her personal affairs private. She refused to marry, emphasizing her desire for freedom, and her relationships were often kept discreet, fueling rumors about her romantic life. Among her closest companions were a few trusted friends and secret lovers whom she saw outside the public eye. Her aloof and mysterious persona extended to her early years, when she moved from Sweden to pursue her dreams and faced challenges adapting to Hollywood's fast pace. Over time, her reputation as someone who lived life on her own terms grew stronger, especially as she openly declared her independence through her lifestyle choices. Her refusal to conform to the typical Hollywood image or societal expectations made her a symbol of personal freedom. Despite her legendary status, Garbo's relationships reveal a woman who prioritized her independence and chose her associates with care. Her life was a testament to her desire to live on her own terms, free from the constraints often placed on women of her era. Meanwhile, her public image contrasted sharply with her private life, adding to her mystique. Her ability to maintain this balance helped solidify her status as an enduring and enigmatic figure in Hollywood history. Her reputation for sleeping with whoever she pleased became part of the legend that surrounds her, reflecting her independence and fearless attitude toward her personal life. Such stories, whether true or exaggerated, continue to intrigue fans and historians alike, fueling the myth that Greta Garbo created for herself during her lifetime. While Greta Garbo is best known for her remarkable talent and her mystique on screen, she also had a fascinating personal life that set her apart from many of her peers. She was a social trendsetter and a free-minded thinker who did not conform to the conventional norms of her time. She loved having sexual relationships with people regardless of their gender, which was quite daring during the early 20th century when society was more conservative. Though she preferred to keep her private life secret, rumors about her affairs with both men and women spread widely throughout Hollywood. These rumors involved co-stars, directors, and influential public figures, showing that her relationships crossed typical boundaries and challenged societal expectations. Her refusal to follow the strict rules about sexuality and her desire for personal freedom made her even more intriguing to the public. Despite living in an era when many stars kept their romantic lives hidden, Garbo managed to place her private life under her own control. She carefully maintained a fiercely private image, even amid the gossip. Stories about her relationships with famous actors and powerful individuals only added to her allure and helped cement her status as a cultural icon. She was a woman who defied traditional gender roles and sexual boundaries, leaving a legacy that extended beyond her films. Her personal life, filled with both mystery and daring, contributed greatly to her enduring appeal and her place in history as a celebrated and unconventional star. After reading Robert Gottlieb's book Garbo, one learns that Greta Garbo's life was much more complex than her serene and mysterious screen persona suggested. Gottlieb's detailed account reveals that Garbo had a rich and secret love life, full of romantic relationships with both men and women. These relationships ranged from well-known affairs to rumored liaisons that never became public. Despite her fame, Garbo was different from many women of her era because she valued her freedom to love and live as she chose. She was not afraid to break social rules and lived her life on her own terms, even if it caused some controversy. Gottlieb's book shows that Garbo was a woman of strong independence and deep feelings, often reserved but fiercely true to herself. She carefully guarded her privacy, which only added to her mystique and allure. While people in Hollywood talked about her love life, she kept her personal choices private, making her even more intriguing. Her relationships, whether romantic or platonic, reflected her fiery personality and her desire to live without social constraints. Throughout the book, Gottlieb paints a picture of Garbo, not just as a legendary actress, but as a woman who was unafraid to pursue her desires and live authentically, regardless of the opinions of others. Her story offers a rare view of a star who refused to be defined by the expectations of her time, choosing instead to embrace her true self in private. Despite her fame and glamorous public image, Greta Garbo's personal life often remained private and mysterious. Among her few known romantic encounters, her relationship with Gilbert Roland stands out as particularly revealing. According to Robert Gottlieb's book, Roland shared a story that underscores Garbo's unique outlook on love and intimacy. Just before Roland left to serve in World War II, He and Garbo shared a night together. Roland was excited and proud to serve his country, and Garbo decided to commemorate the occasion in her own distinctive way. She chose to spend one night with him, creating a moment that held significance for her. As a token of their night, she even gave Roland a pair of her underwear, a personal and intimate gesture that symbolized the bond they briefly shared. However, the relationship was extremely short-lived, ending as quickly as it had begun. When Roland returned from the war and hoped to rekindle their connection, Garbo was uninterested. She refused to answer his calls, making it clear that she viewed relationships as fleeting and on her own terms. This incident illustrates Garbo's attitude towards love. She enjoyed the passion and intensity of the moment, but did not seek deeper attachment or ongoing involvement. Her approach was one of independence and emotional detachment, emphasizing that her connections were often brief and entirely controlled by her own feelings. Her actions showed that she valued moments of passion, but kept her heart guarded after the experience was over. This brief but telling story about Garbo and Gilbert Roland offers insight into her complex personality and her view of relationships as transient, passionate, and free from conventional expectations. From the moment Greta Garbo became a star, many stories and rumors surrounded her private life, but one of the most tantalizing involved her alleged romance with Josephine Baker. Baker, known for her vibrant performances and bold personality, captivated audiences around the world with her talent and her open approach to her sexuality. It is said that Garbo and Baker shared a passionate encounter in Paris, a city famous for its romantic and liberating atmosphere. Some stories claim this meeting took place at the base of the Eiffel Tower, a symbol of love and passion. Although neither woman officially confirmed the affair, both were known for being open about their attractions to both men and women, which fueled speculation. Interestingly, Garbo's film Ninotchka featured a romantic scene set at the foot of the Parisian Eiffel Tower, leading many to wonder whether the story was inspired by real life or simply became part of the rumor mill. Baker, celebrated for pushing boundaries with her seductive performances and daring lifestyle, would have been an intriguing match for Garbo, who also lived by her own rules and valued her independence. Whether or not the affair truly happened, it represents how both women challenged societal norms, exploring their sexuality and identity openly during times when such choices were often met with judgment and condemnation. Their lives, full of mystery and boldness, continue to inspire discussions about freedom, expression, and the courage to be oneself. Before Johnny Weissmuller became famous as the actor who played Tarzan, he was already a world-class athlete, having won 5 gold medals at the Olympics and broken 67 swimming world records during his career. His athletic prowess and chiseled physique made him an ideal candidate for Hollywood stardom, and after his casting as Tarzan, he became a household name. Weissmuller's autobiography, written in the late 1980s, revealed that he and Garbo had a romantic affair during the 1930s, adding yet another layer to Garbo's mystique. This affair is one of the more credible relationships attributed to Garbo, as Weissmuller openly acknowledged it. Garbo, on the other hand, never confirmed or denied their romance, maintaining her typical silence regarding her personal life. Their relationship, though brief, exemplifies Garbo's preference for passionate yet short-lived affairs, where she could remain in control, never tied down by long-term commitments. Their affair, while limited in time, highlights the enigmatic nature of Garbo's personality, her desire to keep her private life hidden, and her tendency to engage in relationships that allowed her to retain independence. Weissmuller's account gives us a rare glimpse into a side of Garbo that she usually kept out of public view, and it shows how her longing for control extended to her romantic choices, even when they were fleeting. The story of their relationship continues to capture the imagination of those interested in Garbo's life, not only because of her fame, but also because of her consistent effort to shield her personal feelings from the world. Although it may seem unlikely, Greta Garbo's connection with Charles Addams stands out among her many relationships. Addams, best known as the creator of the Addams Family, had a reputation for being eccentric. His personality was unusual, and his appearance often unconventional. Despite these odd traits, he was surprisingly popular with women. He collected strange objects like mortuary equipment, and painted his bathroom walls black, which made him seem even more peculiar. Nevertheless, he had many romantic ties with famous women of his time. Veronica Lake, Joan Fontaine, and even Jacqueline Kennedy were among those who romanced him. What is remarkable is that Addams also had a relationship with Garbo, who was known for being very selective about her romantic interests. Their connection was unusual because Adams was not part of the typical Hollywood crowd, and Garbo was often seen as a mysterious and private figure. Their relationship, though likely short, still held meaning for both. It showed Garbo's openness to exploring relationships outside the usual Hollywood sphere, and with someone as unconventional as Adams. This unusual pairing highlights how Garbo's life was full of surprises, and her willingness to seek connections beyond the mainstream world of fame. Since their first encounter at a social gathering, Garbo and Louise Brooks had an interesting dynamic that left a deep mark on Brooks. When they met, Garbo's intense gaze naturally unsettled Brooks, even though they had never crossed paths before. This first impression was so powerful that it stayed with Brooks for a long time, making her think about Garbo's presence and aura. Over time, their relationship grew closer, especially as they often saw each other at the home of John Gilbert, a well-known actor and director. Gilbert and Garbo shared a strong friendship, and his house regularly became a place where they gathered and interacted. Their connection eventually deepened, and there was a night when Garbo and Brooks spent the night together, an experience that Brooks would remember forever. Later, Brooks spoke highly of Garbo in interviews, expressing her admiration for Garbo's extraordinary acting talent and her unique masculine energy that added to her strong on-screen presence. Brooks believed that Garbo's performance in the movie Torrent was so powerful that it changed her view on acting, making her feel that no other actress could ever match Garbo's level of perfection again. Her words reveal the profound influence Garbo had on her, and they express how deeply Garbo's style, talent, and dark, captivating energy impressed everyone who knew her, personally or professionally. The lasting impression Garbo left was not just about her remarkable films, but also about the aura of mystery, strength, and grace she carried with her. Although Garbo is mostly remembered for her extraordinary acting talent and mysterious aura, her relationship with Mercedes D'Acosta remains one of the most intriguing parts of her life. D'Acosta was a poet and socialite known for her connections to many famous women, including Marlene Dietrich and Isadora Duncan. For over 30 years, Garbo and D'Acosta shared a close friendship that many believe may have been more than just friendship, although neither ever officially confirmed a romantic bond. Throughout their long relationship, D'Acosta expressed her feelings and shared her thoughts about Garbo in her memoir, describing their friendship as deeply meaningful, but she never explicitly mentioned that they were lovers. This has left room for interpretation, especially since letters written between them after D'Acosta's death showed no evidence of romantic involvement. Some people point to a topless photo of Garbo taken by D'Acosta as proof of a deeper connection, but Garbo's natural comfort with her own nudity makes this less conclusive. Still, what is clear is that the emotional closeness between them was very strong and enduring, shaping a significant part of Garbo's life. Their relationship, whether romantic or not, remains one of the most profound and lasting bonds she had. While Greta Garbo was known for her intense privacy, many stories and rumors circulated about her personal life, especially regarding her sexuality. These stories suggested she was openly expressive about her sexual independence, which influenced those around her in both romantic and professional ways. Her influence extended far beyond her performances in films, as her mysterious personality left a lasting impact on Hollywood and its culture. She was a woman who chose to live her life on her own terms, resisting societal pressures that often tried to define or control women's personal choices. Her decision to step away from the public eye during the 1940s only made her more enigmatic and desirable, reinforcing her status as an unattainable icon. Decades after her death, her legacy continues to grow, and she remains one of the greatest stars in the history of cinema. Despite the media's intense curiosity and the public's fascination, Garbo managed to control her image perfectly, which helped her carve out a unique and permanent place in Hollywood history. Her ability to maintain her privacy while still leaving an unforgettable mark on film and culture has ensured that her influence endures. Building on her status as a Hollywood icon, Greta Garbo's private life often sparked curiosity and speculation. Despite her fame, she maintained a strong sense of independence, choosing who she associated with and when to keep her personal affairs private. She refused to marry, emphasizing her desire for freedom, and her relationships were often kept discreet, fueling rumors about her romantic life. Among her closest companions were a few trusted friends and secret lovers whom she saw outside the public eye. Her aloof and mysterious persona extended to her early years, when she moved from Sweden to pursue her dreams and faced challenges adapting to Hollywood's fast pace. Over time, her reputation as someone who lived life on her own terms grew stronger, especially as she openly declared her independence through her lifestyle choices. Her refusal to conform to the typical Hollywood image or societal expectations made her a symbol of personal freedom. Despite her legendary status, Garbo's relationships reveal a woman who prioritized her independence and chose her associates with care. Her life was a testament to her desire to live on her own terms, free from the constraints often placed on women of her era. Meanwhile, her public image contrasted sharply with her private life, adding to her mystique. Her ability to maintain this balance helped solidify her status as an enduring and enigmatic figure in Hollywood history. Her reputation for sleeping with whoever she pleased became part of the legend that surrounds her, reflecting her independence and fearless attitude toward her personal life. Such stories, whether true or exaggerated, continue to intrigue fans and historians alike, fueling the myth that Greta Garbo created for herself during her lifetime. Ultimately, the story of Greta Garbo slept with whoever she pleased highlights her fierce desire for personal freedom, her ability to stay mysterious, and her refusal to conform to societal expectations, making her a symbol of independence that still resonates today.